Good morning. I have a subject I'd like to discuss. If you're a foreigner and you weren't born in this country, especially if you're African, you may be familiar with people making such comments towards you like, go back to Africa. Such things like that. For my fellow African Americans who are in this country, you ever ask yourself, have you ever heard the Asian American tell an Asian to go back to Asia? Have you ever heard any European tell another American European to go back to Europe? Or Indian tell an American Indian to go back to India. A Chinaman tell another American Chinese go back to China. This is unheard of because they don't see their nationality different from them being an American. They don't look at themselves outside of their ethnicity. They don't separate being an American citizen from their ethnicity of origin. For some reason, African Americans have been disfranchised to where an African American can tell an African man, go back to Africa, as if his ancestors are not from Africa. As if the natives of this country are not African. Before Columbus or any treaties or any colonization of this country was happening, there were people, melanated people, sailing all over the world, including the Americas. No, the Bering Strait was not the only land bridge. That land bridge was not the only avenue for Aborigines and other ethnic groups to get to the Americas way before Columbus. Understand that they were sailing thousands and thousands of years ago. There's pictures of these in the caves in Americas, and there's hieroglyphs in the Grand Canyon and pyramid type structures in the Americas prior to the arrival of Columbus. So this land is a melanated land. So when you tell a fellow African or a fellow melanated person as an African American, you tell them, go back to Africa, that just shows how ignorant you truly are. Because we are in African land. This land is a melanated land. The Native Americans were melanated people. You may have some type of self-hate that's indescribable to tell another black man to go back to Africa. As if this Europeans in this land has ever given you anything besides hangings. It's separate and unequal. And an integrated system that continued to have you in the slums and ghettos of the upper north cities of the United States of America. To the point where your water is filled with lead. Your food have GMOs all in it. Okay? And you are filling up the jails. And then you get someone who cares to understand what's going on to our melanated people. And you're the smart genius that wants to tell them to go back to Africa. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.